Hi guys, my name is MJ. Welcome to the tutorial channel. This time around, I'm going to focus on Trends Hobby. These are actually some of the regular releases that is here. I've actually shown you guys the Porsches already, right? Because this first launched during TMCS Singapore. But this Toyota Land Cruiser 250, this will be the first time it's out. Part of its first batch of regular releases. So I have been pretty looking forward to share this with you guys. Okay, I do have a couple of other brands of the Porsche 911 GT3 R parked here. We're going to do a quick comparison for them later on. Okay, so I'm going to do a quick recap of the two Porsche cars that is here. Okay, so we are basically looking at two extreme ends of the automotive world. This is made to go fast around circuits, around tracks. That too is made to go fast on off-roads. Okay, so pretty cool. Trends Hobby choose these two new castings to be their first launch. Okay, and yeah, let's get straight to it. Okay, so this two cars, right, is actually from the 2024 DTM series. This is Trends Hobby number 92. This is Trends Hobby number 93. Okay, that's a product number, and these two cars are from the Manthey team. Okay, Team Manthey Porsche, and they actually entered DTM with also two Porsches in the year before, in 2023. All right, in 2023 they actually did very well. In 2024, not so well, not so good. They didn't finish very well actually that year. But I want to point out that this was a stepstone to 2025, which they actually won the triple championship. Okay, which is the manufacturers, the driver, and also the team. Okay, but for 2024, going back to 2024, they actually got the pit stop award. Okay, I believe they did the fastest pit stop compared to any of the other teams for that year. All right, so that's car number 91 and car number 90 as well. And the drivers, I believe, yeah, the Turkish driver actually won the championship, and the driver's championship, sorry, in 2025. Okay, so this is his 2024 car. All right, so the best part about Trends Hobby is that, yeah, I showed you just now, right, the opening front, the opening frunk. Okay, and it shows details as well. That is actually the fuel cell. Okay, so it's very nice. It's not just an opening hood, it also has detailed inside. Okay, so the key difference between Porsche and the other DTM cars, right, is the position of the engine, which is actually in the rear, packaged with the gearbox also at the rear. Hence there's no space for the fuel cell. They have to put it in front, which is quite challenging for them to set up, because the difference in weight at the start of the race and towards the end of the race is, you know, sorry, at the start of the race, when the fuel tank is full and when the fuel tank goes lower to the lower levels, of course the front end will lift up a little bit. So that goes into their suspension setup calculations as well. So pretty interesting setup. Okay, very different from the rest of the other cars, the other contenders, the BMWs, the Mercedes, the Lamborghinis and Ferraris. Okay, so it's pretty interesting that in 2025 they actually swept the three main championships. All right, check out the rear, the very big diffuser underneath, center locking nut. Okay, and P0 tires. It does have the brake details as well, and it can roll. As you can see, it rolls very well. Okay, headlamps done properly. Okay, with the cover you can see the shape of the headlamps as well. Okay, canard down here, very nice front lip, done properly. The Manthey branding as well. Okay, EMA is the name of the team, I believe. All right, the print quality on this is actually superb. It's fantastic. All right, you can see how the wheel arch and the tires You can say, I can almost say that it's kind of hugging each other. I love how they shape the fender, right, around the tires. That is beautiful. It sits really very low while being able to roll. That is actually very, very cool from Trends Hobby. See, it rolls very nicely. Alright, so that is the where the fuel goes into. And of course, compared to any of the other cars, right, most of the fueling position is always from the side of the car. But it's very interesting for the Porsche ones because they have to find a specific person to be able to refuel. He needs to be very tall to be able to do the overreach. Otherwise, if it's not tall enough, the person will need to climb on top of the hood to actually refuel. Alright, he needs to be tall enough to be standing from the front here because the changing of tires, I believe it's limited to only 4% to change tires, and I think if I'm not mistaken, the rules is only 5% working on a car at one time. Hence, the same person who changed oh, I can't recall. I only remember the person to change the tires here needs to go over to change the tire here as well. So he needs to go around the person that's fueling the car. Something like that. Okay, so the position of the fueling is actually really very interesting. Okay, even the suspension, the front suspension setup is actually through the front as well, but not shown here in this Trends Hobby model. Alright. Okay, so that's the Porsche 911 GT3R, and I want to point out this is actually the same team. Actually, it's using the same design in two different colors in a way that it's inverted. So you see these arrows here is in green, hence this car is in green, and you see these arrows here is in yellow. It's actually the sister car yellow. Alright. Okay. So yeah, did I tell you guys already this 2024 version, right? This 2024 Manthey team did actually win the pit stop challenge. Okay. Right. So we'll do a quick comparison, right, between Trends Hobby and the Mini GT model. So this is for the 2024 racing year as well. So it's the same model. Okay, so when I do a quick comparison, right, you can see Trends Hobby being almost double the price. It has much more details. Okay, so if you compare the first thing I can show you, the most obvious difference would be the tires, the rims. Alright, you can see the brake details in there, the disc and the calipers. So Mini GT doesn't have that. Of course, the opening part on the front, Mini GT doesn't have that as well. And the way the arch, the wheels, right, goes over the arch, I think Trends Hobby did a much better job at it. Okay, and you can see the swan neck wing support pillar at the back. So Mini GT did it as a single piece like that, while Trends Hobby, you can see it being replicates the real thing as close as possible. Okay, side mirrors is similar. You can see the KW logo on the side mirror as well, done very sharp. Okay, on the hood, Mini GT did the detail of the radiator, while Trends Hobby left it in black. Okay, the wiper does look a little bit more realistic on the Trends Hobby. Okay, overall it looks slightly bigger, right? Somehow it looks, the Trends Hobby is slightly bigger. Okay, Mini GT did a separate piece for the canards in front, while Trends Hobby is part of the mold. So that points to Mini GT actually. It looks much more realistic like that. Alright, while the intake here, the vent here, okay, Trends Hobby did a much nicer job compared to Mini GT. Okay, if we go to the rear, this is where Trends Hobby wins by a mile. Look at the exhaust detail, really crazy, right? And then check out the diffuser detail. So Trends Hobby has done it very nice. Okay, however, we talk about retail price is double the price of the Mini GTs, so I kind of think it's worth it. However, price of the Mini GT Porsche 911 GT3 Rs has been going up like crazy, so you know, this is a pretty good option, okay, if you're looking for this particular car. Okay, now comparing it with the ARbox, this is from Almost Real. So this is priced even higher than the Trends Hobby, okay, than Trends Hobby. All right, so this is yeah, it's full metal chassis. Is this metal as well? Yeah, it's actually metal as well down here. Surprise. I thought it's plastic. Okay, the Almost Real has the metal base. Okay, the wing Trends Hobby seems to have done it better. The grille, I'm not sure what you guys think. Is it like that? Because this, now the Almost Real version, this is actually based on the 2025 model year. Okay, this is the 2025 racing car. So there is this difference. Okay, compared to the Trends Hobby. No opening compartment from ARbox. Okay, the support pillar, again, Trends Hobby did a wonderful job on the swan neck wing at the back. Okay, if we move on to the diffuser looks pretty close, but the exhaust details still Trends Hobby. Beautifully made. Okay, there is the Absolute Racing name underneath. The wing, it's carbon fiber as well, but on the Trends Hobby it's just plain black. Okay, the tire detail seems to looks a little bit better on Almost Real actually. Okay, so for the Almost Real, you can roll as well, no issue. All right, yeah, so which would you pick, right, for the price? Because Almost Real is slightly higher without opening parts. I suspect there is more individual parts compared to Trends Hobby, but then again, Trends Hobby has the opening frunk. Okay, let me know what you guys think. Next, I want to show you guys would be the Toyota Land Cruiser 250. So again, this is also from the year 2024. Now this is the retro callback, the modern retro modern callback to the FJ series from Toyota. So one of the key design that was a callback, it's actually Toyota being spelled out in the front grille like that, Toyota, rather than using their normal modern logo, right? So this is actually Toyota Aikido, the chairman, Toyota's chairman's brainchild of wanting to go back to basics. Okay, because Land Cruiser over the years, it has been getting bigger and bigger and more luxurious, more for going to the mall rather than going off-roading. So this is a project that they want to bring Land Cruiser, the Land Cruiser brand, there we go, back to its roots, which is off-roading. Okay, back to being a rugged professional tool. Okay, so the launch color is actually in this blue. All right, this is the launch color, and that I think it's called sand variant. Okay. Now, so this 250 series is actually the so-called the lower trim version. It's not the full premium version, and it's the one with the obvious round lights. Okay. However, it has the round light design. The housing is actually still rectangular. Okay, so the housing is still rectangular, but it does have the black, the areas that is not the headlamp is being blacked out. Okay, but Trends Hobby didn't do it on the diecast. Right, because what I understand is on the higher trim models, it is actually a LED bar kind of design. Okay, so this I'm holding this is a heritage blue color. This is the classic first edition look. Now this is priced same as the regular Mini GTs, okay? Being priced the same as regular Mini GTs and being able to open the hood. Now this is something that Pop Race did not manage to do, because Pop Race prices is they are priced above Mini GTs. Mini GT has maintained a price for the longest time already, for since their start actually. They only increased the lower tier prices while still maintaining you know, the average prices. Some models is higher than others, but overall average is still the same price from what, 7-8 years ago. But Pop Race prices has been going up. Okay, so Trends Hobby did something that Pop Race didn't manage to do, which is opening parts at the same price as Mini GT. However, this too is the first release from Trends Hobby, including the Porsche GT1 as well. So let's see the rest of the models out from Trends Hobby. How are they going to price it? That would be really very interesting. Okay, right. And again, it rolls very, very well. Okay, these two Land Cruiser models, it rolls very, very well. Okay, I don't know any other models that has done, any other brands that has done this Land Cruiser 250. Let me know if you do know in the comment section below. Okay, yeah, everything. Oh, the other thing about the design, Akio Toyoda, the chairman, did insist he wants the boxy design. He wants function over cosmetics. So a lot of the stuff, right, is actually modular, where it's not too difficult to actually change it yourself. I did see a couple of videos where they can actually swap the headlamps out. It's just a matter of removing all the bolts. Okay, and then they can actually remove the bumper, they can remove the fender as well. So it's pretty rugged, I would say. Really going back to the Toyota Land Cruiser roots. Cool. Alright, so that's it for this episode. Oh, I think I left out one more detail as well, which is, yeah, while the Land Cruisers can roll very nicely, price point beautiful, it doesn't have the disc brake. Okay, similar to Mini GT, similar to some Pop Race, most of the Pop Race actually, it doesn't have, being able to roll most of the time, they won't have the disc brake. So the Land Cruiser don't have it. Okay, but the Porsche 911s does have it. Okay, pretty cool. So pretty wide spectrum from Trends Hobby. Let me know what you guys think, from the track focus, heavy aerodynamics Porsche 911 GT3R to the off-roading survival Land Cruiser. They got it covered. Okay, I'm definitely looking forward to more Trends Hobby cars coming out. They do have licenses to quite a lot of brands. Let me know what you guys think. Which would you guys choose? The Land Cruiser or the Porsche? Or just go with both. Cool. So extras available through the usual place, Collector's Cube. Okay, do look them up. That's it for this time around. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care. Bye.